Oh.
Oh no, he can't hear us.
I can hear you.
Oh.
Mr. I'm calling in from Skype.
Yeah, that's why he's not on video. Yeah.
I'm just disembodied voice.
That should be fun. Our fake sponsor this week is Goldie Blocks. Some of the blocks are too big, some of them are too small, but some are just right. So how's San Diego?
It's sandy.
Ah.
Zimbabwe's
I've not
nice.
eaten any egos since I've been here, so...
Oh, you failed then.
You should...
It's actually been kind of overcast, and
good.
We had rain.
I got my wish. I was like, if he's gonna be someplace sunny, I want it to be sunny here, and you get the bad weather.
You can't.
Have you been weather cursing me?
I have.
You should have seen the dance he was doing.
It was kind of inappropriate.
Sure it was appropriate?
Inappropriate.
Or inappropriate?
Misappropriate.
Disappropriate?
Yes.
Anti-appropriate.
You're disappropriating your dancing?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Apropos of nothing.
So we were sitting at supper the other night, and there was a thing of salsa on the table, and my son looks at it, he's like, "That's weird, this label says cholesterol OMG." I'm like, "That says 0. And the MG means milligrams."
Oh man. There's all kinds of products out there that have OMG on them.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I think I'm really weird tonight because I'm coming off of the relief of no longer being stand-in boss with my group at work.
Oh, you've been standing as a boss?
Since Monday, and it's been not very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff that's popped up has been kind of stressful.
I've never had to do that.
Weird.
I did it once, and it was stressful for me, too. So
I've done it multiple times. The worst was right before Christmas, when I had to get somebody to come in off their Christmas vacation, or 2 people, to work.
Oh.
Oops. My bad.
Yeah, for mine, right before my boss left Friday, I was going to take over for him the next week. He said, "Oh, by the way, Mark's going to try to steal somebody from our group. Don't let him." And then he left.
And then like a McDonald's takeover?
Well, the other section lead tried to sabotage my time as standing in for my boss. So
that's kind of rude.
Yes, it was very rude. But that's why I don't want to do it again.
I did actually have a very successful conversation with somebody I wasn't anticipating it going as well as it did. But he was very reasonable and understood that engineering can't be done instantly, that it takes time.
You can't just add water.
Especially when you have people that are already engineering other things, that all of a sudden you want to add one more engineering thing. So is it possible to do that in a week? It's possible. Likely? No.
Well, what I tell the engineers in my group is, it doesn't have to be done today, just get it done before you go home. That seems to work.
I was telling everyone mandatory 8-day work weeks. Starting now.
You know, St. Jimmy, somebody told that, or said that to one of my friends that's an engineer, or something along those lines, and then went home. When he came back to work the next day, my friend was still at work.
What?
He took it seriously?
He stayed all night because he was trying to finish. He said, "Make sure you finish that before you leave." And so when he got back there in the morning, he was still working on it, and he said,
"Oh boy,
you can't just stay all night. How am I going to do the payroll? Because I can't charge that much time in a row."
Right. You get 16 hours or something is maximum, right?
Yeah, I think 16 hours. Yeah, so he made him go home.
I worked 18 hours once straight.
What's that?
I worked 18 hours once straight.
Oh.
And it was funny because my boss called me on my cell phone, and asked if I minded going back to work. I was like, I'm still here. He's like, oh, can you stay? Somebody needs a signature from engineering at like 11:30 tonight. This is like at 6 o'clock. I was like, and I'd been there since like 5.
Wow.
So I stayed. I was really tired,
Good job.
but it was fun. So, you know how much I love AutoCAD, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, my AutoCAD just started working this afternoon, and it stopped. It wasn't working when I came in on Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time talking to tech support, trying to get it figured out. And I actually had to bump it up to a higher tech support so I could try to figure it out. And it was interesting because there's a little bit different personality type from the main level you usually talk to and the next level up.
Mm-hmm.
So main level, they're very professional, almost computer-like in their efficiency. And then this guy called me from the higher level. He was like, "Hey, how's it going? So I heard you're having problems with AutoCAD. Well, why don't you go ahead and try to start it?" It's like, okay. And he starts trying to explain to me what he did to fix it. It's like, it's the weirdest thing. Yours and one other machine had the same problem today. It's like, okay, I don't care. It works now. Goodbye.
Great.
I was more polite than that. But
Get off the phone so I can use it.
I opened
Go into
it.
withdrawals.
I opened it. I'm not going to shut it off on my computer ever again.
You're like, you're talking to a computer, an engineer, not trying to be friendly.
Well, when I talk to tech support people or I call somebody they don't know, I usually have paper ready to take notes, and I will write down their name so that when I say goodbye, I could call them by name.
Oh.
And people like that.
I don't bother.
So Todd was the guy that originally helped me, and I called him back the next day, and I got Todd again. So I'm not sure how big their pool of people is, but I talked to Todd twice.
Huh.
And I remembered that it was him I talked to, and he was impressed.
See, I
by
write
that.
down their name and then make sure to call them a different name just to keep
Oh.
them off balance.
Well, then what Todd did was very friendly, because after we were trying to get it working again, it wasn't working. He said, "Well, I'll tell you what. How about I call you back after it looks like it's trying to install again? It's going to take like an hour." I was like, "That'd be great, Todd. I appreciate that." And he did. He called me back, and it still didn't work, but he tried.
So we were watching The Empire Strikes Back the other night,
Yeah.
and do you know what the call signs of the speeder pilots are?
No.
Rogue Leader, Rogue 2, and Rogue 3.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's weird. There's no Rogue
Remember.
1.
Well, of course not. They're all dead. Spoiler alert.
Well, you could kind of like retcon that to say that that was in honor of the.
Well, I'm sure it was.
Well,
They retired their number.
Yeah.
sure.
Does it mention Rogue One in the crawl of episode 4? I think it says it Rogue's something.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I just watched it recently, so you think I'd remember. I do have some new theories I've thought about from A New Hope. We'll talk about
Oh yeah.
consumption.
Yeah.
So we're looking up the crawl.
All right.
It just says Rebel Spies.
Remember-
Oh, Rebel Spies.
Remember, I don't have the show notes in front of me, so I'm not going to be able to like move us along.
Okay,
I'll try to move us along. Move along.
Oh,
Move
great,
along.
we're in trouble.
move along, people.
Bring
Move
out
along,
your
move along.
bring out your segment.
Oh, is it
Bring
my
out
turn?
Yeah, we've been pointing at you.
I can't see you.
I can't see him. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna quote movies now.
I'm in disembodied voice and I'm blind, so.
It's because you have your fingers in your eyes. Stop.
Oh, you can.
We can
I
see
can
you.
see you. It's getting
This
warm
is
in here.
awesome.
Oh,
I'm opening the door.
oh boy. All right, what's going on for nerdiculture?
So this week on Nerdiculture, and for those of you who don't know what Nerdiculture is, it's like horticulture, but with less hortas.
Sometimes depends on the week.
Actually, there may be more hortas in this segment than normal, because I'm going to talk about Star Trek Discovery.
The new captain's a Horta?
The new Captain's a Horta.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
so good.
she has a Vulcan that's always attending her to make sure he translates what she's saying. And most of the time she's saying, "Bang!"
Well, the captain's seat isn't made for a Horta, so it could be uncomfortable.
I think it
Yeah,
just
and
disintegrated.
they-
Wouldn't it?
They've improved because instead of having a chief medical officer, they have a chief bricklayer.
Oh yeah.
So
So would
That's
would the
smart.
Horta say everything it had to say, just like it did to Spock? It could say it has to talk to the navigator. Navigation!
Warp 2!
Engage!
So, like, can we get a different Vulcan, please? This guy must have been a theater major or something. Oh boy, Mr.
He's
Polk
always-
laughing in his
and he's
video is
always-
going nuts.
He's always wanted to sing about
Sorry.
Bilbo. I don't even know what a Bilbo is. Bilbo.
Oh no. Anyway, there's actually no Hortas that I've noticed in the new Star Trek, but I don't know what to think about it though.
Oh boy.
Have you guys seen the trailer?
No, I just saw today that it was out, but I didn't get a chance to look at it.
I rented a trailer, but I have not seen this one.
Okay.
I'm picking up a car this Saturday.
So apparently, in the trailer, they point out that this takes place 10 years before Kirk and Spock.
Oh,
Before?
Before, yes.
Oh, I thought this was going
How-
to be after.
no. So it's going to be a really low budget production?
No, it's high budget.
How are they going to make it look older than...
For some reason, there must have been a huge change in technology in those 10 years.
like a decrease in technology?
Yes. Where they go back to using, like, a lot of pastel colors and those little boxes that...
the PlayStation 2 memory cards.
Yes.
They were bigger than that. They were square. They were almost like a 3.5-inch floppy.
Well, they had 500 megabytes instead of just 256.
It's like an old zip drive. 100 megabytes.
What? You'll never need all that.
So are they going back from... Which universe are they in? Are they in...
I think that they're supposed to be the original universe, which doesn't make sense.
They're going to ruin it.
So this is between
That's
Enterprise and the original series.
At least Gene Roddenberry can't roll over in his grave. He was cremated.
Yeah.
That's...
The
Oh.
Klingons look different, too.
No.
Yes.
Huh.
Why?
At least what they were showing that I thought they were supposed to be Klingons.
That'd be
look
like- We're going to do Rogue One, and we're going to have Vader show up, but he's not going to be wearing the mask. What? No. He's got a red cape. It's better.
Yeah.
I hope it's really bad so I can really hate it. So does Captain Janeway.
See this screw up a prequel, and it looks like they're
Yeah.
doing their best to screw it up.
The captain is Catherine Janeway's grandmother.
Well, it's, actually, Catherine Janeway's probably hoping that it's really bad, so I hate something more than her in Star Trek.
Does anybody turn into a salamander?
I think that was the
Oh,
first episode.
the whole crew is just her kids. And
Just the salamander kids.
Yeah, they have to de-evolve them.
how bad of a parent are you? They just leave your offspring on a planet. You're never going to see them again.
That's how salamanders do it.
I don't think so. Salamanders don't usually leave the planet their kids are on.
You don't
Have
know
you ever
that.
had salamander kids? They're probably really slimy. Who would want them?
So they have to somehow squeeze this between Enterprise's technology and the original Star Trek's technology?
Yes.
Wow, talk about hitting an eye of a needle with a semi-truck. It'd be difficult.
Well, and they're in the wrong state even. They're not even close to hitting that high.
At least they're doing the Vulcan symbol correct. Almost. Come on. The thumb's not even all the way out.
I'm on their
man,
Facebook
we need
page.
to send them some of our t-shirts.
I think so. Oh, it looks like Star Trek V. It's got the desert to start with.
Oh, you're watching the trailer now, huh?
Yeah, we're on their Facebook page and it's showing the trailer with no sound.
Oh, look, we could do Star Wars too.
Yeah, they start
There's
out
a young
like
teenage
that.
boy on a desert planet.
We're gonna give you your own starship, and then it comes out of the clouds. Or did you get to that part yet?
It just came out right when you said that. That's funny.
What's with the
It's
red
almost
stripe?
like I'm watching it with.
No, this is definitely in the same universe as the new ones.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, but the... Okay, so the new one... It could be in the new one.
This would take place before the new one.
Well, the very
It
big...
said 10 years before Kirk and Spock.
Yeah, but
Before they were
the
born?
new one started when Kirk was born. So I guess Spock
wait
would
a
have been a
minute.
kid.
This captain looks really young. Wasn't Kirk like the youngest captain?
This one's 3 months older than Kirk was.
Were those the Klingons? Why are they all gray?
Those... Oh, I do not like those Klingons.
No.
Alright. Well, it looks different.
Yes.
Oh, good. At least I don't have to watch it. They don't even want to watch their own trailer.
Yeah.
There's
There's a part in the trailer where they're all closing their eyes and covering their ears.
No,
Yeah,
can't watch
I'm
the
excited to see a Horta as a captain.
So
of the Starship.
between when this happened and the original Star Trek, all of a sudden within 10 years the society got really sexist, and only had like 2 women crew members. Because this one looks like 3/4 of the crew are women.
And none of them were wearing mini skirts, so.
Is there going to be a scene where they're fighting ghosts?
Where did that reference come from?
The all women's cast of the
like
Ghostbusters?
The
Come
new
on.
Ghostbusters.
Keep
okay,
up.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Coming this fall.
It's going to be 15 episodes with a feature companion after show.
They better film them all first before they release them.
Is the companion after show just them saying, "We're so sorry that we did this to your show"?
Hopefully. Maybe they should get us to do the after show.
Maybe it'll be better with sound. I'll have to watch it later.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it with sound later.
It's too bad I don't drink. I can usually stiff drink before I watch that.
Rob has already liked their Facebook page, so
It's probably before they drop the trailer.
sorry, Rob.
I didn't think that the UK could see the new trailer yet,
Oh,
but I guess they probably could.
maybe he has. It doesn't say when he liked it.
Oh, okay. Because I saw something where there were people in the UK complaining that they weren't. Maybe it was just that website I saw it on.
Huh.
Okay. And that's nerdiculture.
All right. Thanks.
So I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. Well, I think the consensus is the trailer doesn't look appealing. Doesn't make it look appealing.
But it's a good thing it's going to be on something I have to pay to get to.
Yeah.
Then I don't
Oh,
feel
wait.
so bad about not paying to get to it.
Right.
Okay.
All right. For Technology, we're going to talk about this new ransomware thing that's blown up this week. You guys heard about it?
Yeah, is that the WannaCry one?
Yeah, it's called WannaCry ransomware, and it's malware.
But now buy again.
That's spread through email. People clicking on links in email or on websites that infect their computer, and if you're on a network, it can infect the other computers on the network. Basically, it encrypts your entire computer and then posts a message that says, "Give us $300 and we'll unencrypt it for you. If not, then we will delete everything." So, so
Does it
far,
just get the files that are on your hard drive? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Probably. Well,
So if you have
Yeah,
stuff
you
on the
would.
cloud, you're probably fine. They said it came out Friday, and by Monday, 70,000 had been paid to the hackers.
See, I think that certain hacking things, maybe there should be capital punishment.
They said that the ransom would go up if you didn't pay in the first 3 days to $600, and then after 7 days, your data would all be deleted.
So buy a Chromebook. Got it.
So the origin of this is it takes advantage of a Microsoft vulnerability that was discovered by the NSA, like either earlier this year or last year, and Microsoft put out a patch to fix it in March. So everybody that's been infected did not download the patch to fix their security.
When are they going to make it so they don't even ask you and it just installs updates and patches?
Well, most of these are like big companies that are administered by their own IT, so they have to vet all patches. And
So there's a lot of people looking for jobs right now?
I don't know, but in the United States, FedEx was attacked. In the UK, there are some NHS organizations. Spain has telecom and gas companies that have their computers locked. And then in France, there was a Renault factory that had to shut down due to their computers being down. So a lot of people are losing.
That company used to be called Renes, or Reyes. But so few people bought the cars that they've changed it to Renault.
Let me see.
How was North Korea affected? Oh wait, they don't have computers.
Well, that's interesting because somebody pointed out that some of the code is similar to malware that North Korea has used before. So some people are blaming North Korea. In South Korea, there's a theater chain that couldn't show any trailers before their movies because they were all on the computer.
Oh.
This is
that
from
sounds better. Can we get our theaters to get infected?
Yeah, this is all coming from a BBC article. China has 30,000 institutions and organizations affected, including government agencies and hospitals.
Because they hadn't cloned the Windows yet, the newer version.
Yeah. As of Monday, no U.S. federal government systems were affected. So nobody knows who's behind it yet, for sure.
Maybe
they can't track the money.
Well,
yeah, maybe it was our government. See, we can't get enough in taxes. Let's try this.
Normally, they have you pay them in Bitcoin, and so you can't trace where those go. Apparently, basically, if you get an email from someone you don't know, don't click on the link in it.
What?
Especially if the file name ends in exe, because that is an executable file that will infect your computer.
That's crazy.
And
weird.
Update your Microsoft security stuff.
Keep your Windows up to date.
So there was a blogger in the UK that when he first heard of this, he got a new domain and started tracking this virus, and apparently that helped alert enough people that they say that actually helped slow down the attack. But
so when they put the person responsible for this to death, they should have let that guy shoot him. He could be the gunman.
I guess if he wanted to, maybe.
I would.
Some people don't like shooting other people. But
oh, how about we do this instead of that? We'll just make the person responsible the first person on Mars. They could be famous.
So the way that this vulnerability was, some people are mad because the NSA found this vulnerability, and then it was leaked through WikiLeaks, and that's how the hackers figured out how to do this. So,
how about this? How about if you're NSA and you figure it out or whatever, maybe you tell Microsoft?
Well, Microsoft was alerted. That's why they came out with the patch to fix it. It's just a lot of companies around the world didn't do it, and hundreds of thousands of computers have been infected. So
do you have to have Windows 10 or is it?
It doesn't say. They're saying do not pay the hackers because even if you do, you might not get your stuff back, and you're just encouraging them to do it again or other people to do it. So my suggestion is keep your stuff on the cloud because they can't get into that.
Backup CDs of your stuff.
I guess you could do that.
Or USB flash drives even are cheap enough now.
Yeah,
External hard drives.
use an external hard drive and disconnect it from the computer when you're not using it.
Yep. Backup. Dual backups. Or just print all your pictures and put them in photo albums.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Or just stop taking pictures.
Hey, there you go.
Anyways.
What would really suck is if you lost all your MP3 files.
Oh, yeah. Well, all of our podcasts at least are online in multiple places, so we would be safe.
True. It's all about us.
That's Technerdy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
And now the news.
What do you got for news?
It's a funny story. I think you guys are gonna like it.
Okay.
So this family was forced to post a note on their front door to keep people from knocking on their door because of something their dog was doing. And they were concerned for the dog's safety, the people that kept on knocking on their door. So they had to explain to them that their dog does this on his own without any encouragement from them. And to undo what the dog did, they have to coax it with treats and or a ball to play with. And what the dog's doing is it's getting on their roof. It likes to be on the roof. It just sits on the roof and watches the neighborhood.
It's a guard dog.
It's a guard dog. Apparently, the roof's low enough and close to something on the back so the dog can jump up onto the roof. And it likes to be up there. It just sits up there. His name is Huckleberry. He's a golden retriever. So let me read their note to you. It's funny. If I can find it. It says, "Don't be alarmed. Huckleberry is living up to his name and learned how to jump onto our roof from the backyard. We never leave him in the backyard without somebody being at home. He will not jump off unless you entice him with food or a ball.
And then he jumps on you?
We appreciate your concern, but please do not knock on our door. We know he's up there. But please feel free to take pictures of him and share it with the world. Hashtag Huck the Roof Dog." Apparently lots of people have done this. It's turned into a thing. And he even has his own Instagram account now, I think.
So there are people just coming up to knock on their door to
Telling there's a dog on the roof. Yes.
So if you were going down the street and you saw a dog on a roof, would you stop and tell them, "Hey, your dog's on your roof"?
And walk up to their house and knock on the door.
I would say, well, it's a really lifelike inflatable.
I would just throw a ball and see what happened.
I would try to hit it with my car.
On the roof? I rammed the side of the house to dislodge the dog. There's dogs trying to attack your house.
If you ever need your windows on your car removed, just go to a parking lot and have like an inflatable dog in the back seat on a hot day. You'll have all your windows broken. There's a funny picture of the dog like cuddling in a blanket that says, "I take my morning snuggles very seriously." Hashtag Huck the Roof Dog. He's got over 2,000 followers, looks like, on Instagram.
Wow, maybe we should start sitting on our roof.
I know. Let's do the show from the roof.
People are talking, "Hey, did you know there's podcasters on your roof?" Yeah, they do that all the time. We can't.
I think they're nerds. They have pocket protectors. And
the only way to get them down is to turn the hose on them.
Just wait for a tornado. Nerd-nado.
We don't have those here.
Nerd-nado.
Nerd-nado. Coming this fall.
Anyways, I thought that was funny that there's a dog that likes to climb on the roof.
Yeah, the funny thing is how much attention it gets.
I know.
Now, if it was like a 2-year-old child or something.
Don't be alarmed. The 2-year-old gets up there all by himself.
Oh, we have to
coax him off the
tempt
roof
him with treats or a ball to get him to come down.
Or taser. And that's the news.
If you want to support us, go to teespring.com, the t-shirt site, and go and search the Enginerdy Show to find our t-shirts. Our website is slowly gaining some usability.
It makes me want to cry.
It's asking. It's
asking for money.
no. It might let me log in now. So
I tried to get on there earlier, and the only part of the website I could get to was DVD's short stories.
yeah, that's all that comes up right
can
now.
we put something on the website that says if you don't pay us $300, this website will go away? It'd be like that guy in Blazing Saddles that was holding the gun to his own head.
Oh yeah.
Stay back or I'll shoot!
Looks like he means it.
So we're doing consumption now?
Consumption. I'll have to type in Mr. Polls as he says it.
I've got some consumption.
I can tell.
I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yay! Was the music better or worse than the first one?
It was more obscure.
I guess that makes it worse for me.
I didn't recognize as many of the songs.
Yeah. The first one, all of them were recognizable.
Well, they have different music on other planets.
What?
It's in space. Space
Okay.
music.
Well, I think it's because you put all the best songs on Volume 1.
Oh,
Volume 2 is like B-sides.
B-side, yep.
I usually listen to my car stereo at volume 20.
Okay.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's how loud it is.
Okay.
Volume 2, you can't even hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Volume 1, I don't think it goes to volume 1. That'd be stupid. And so what else did you
Makes
watch?
sense.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I watched anything else. Oh, I did watch a part of a documentary about the War of the Worlds broadcast in 1938. But I fell asleep halfway through, so I don't know how it ended.
You don't know how old
Did
the
the
world.
Martians come back? Did they not? I don't
think
They
know.
got sick, I think.
I think the aliens died.
Yeah, they got
Oh.
diseased.
Spoiler alert.
For those of you that haven't heard of
Tom Cruise was involved or
1930,
something, I don't know.
Tom Cruise was in it, wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah, 1938.
he? Yeah. He's a time traveler.
He was the one that broadcast it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Well,
I finally watched Iron Fist.
oh,
I really liked it. Yeah. It's pretty good.
What do you think of his fighting acumen?
It was all over the place. I liked how he went up against a lot of different styles of fighting. Like there was that drunk boxer, and then there was
Yeah, he was getting his butt whooped in that one.
yeah. A lot of it seemed to depend on his mood at the time of the fight.
He always reminds me of the Greatest American Hero.
Hmm.
Like he's given this magical power suit and doesn't know how to use it because he lost the instruction manual.
Oh, yeah. Well, his fighting kind of all depends on his chi. So
yeah.
You should get a
Chia pet. I'm sure that would help. Yeah, so it's an arrow type situation where the heir to this
It seems like exactly like the
company gets in a plane crash. It's not a boat
Oh.
like an arrow, it's a plane this time.
Well, the difference, DVD, is that not everyone turns into a superhero by the end of the show.
I guess I gave up on Arrow early enough, but no one had turned into a superhero yet.
Oh, okay.
I've seen all the Arrow that's on Netflix. There's lots of superheroes in it. And supervillains. I liked it. It's got that recurring character from the Marvel Netflix shows, the nurse. Claire. Yep. And I kind of saw coming certain betrayals, and it was pretty interesting, the story they wove. There's a character in it that's played by the guy from
Billy D. Williams?
the Lord of the Rings movie.
Gimli?
No, he plays Sean
Wood?
Bean's brother, Faramir.
Oh, yeah.
Which character was he?
He was Harold Meacham. The
Was
ever
it?
living.
Weird.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
He's the-
We started Luke Cage, so I'll report on that.
Oh, the dad. I was thinking his son.
No, that's Ward. They kept
Ward.
saying Ward, and I was like,
Beaver, where are you?
yeah. And June.
Hey, Wally.
His sister name was
Wally.
Joy. They should have named her June. That would have been funnier.
That would have been funnier. And then there's a Cleaver involved, isn't there?
Yeah. So yeah, Iron Fist pretty good. I was worried I wasn't going to get into Luke Cage because the first episode kind of was like all over the place, and
It's got that one
But
guy. That's a cool name.
Mahershala Hashbaz,
Yeah, that guy.
Ali. But after getting a couple more episodes in, I'm really starting to like that one too.
Yeah, I
we watched
really like that one.
we watched a Tom Hanks classic, Turner and Hooch.
Did you watch it on the roof?
We were sitting on the roof. No,
The roof?
roof.
There's a dog on the roof.
So Tom Hanks plays a policeman.
What?
He's a neat freak.
Was he a...
And there's this dog named Hooch that's a witness to a murder, and he has to take the dog home with him, and the dog just destroys everything.
He's really slobbery, too, right?
Yes.
Does he cross dress in this movie?
Just live in his apartment.
But
He's
he
living
does
in-
walk around in his revealing underwear an awful lot.
The
Does
dog?
he talk to volleyball?
No, Tom Hanks.
Oh.
And he, like,
Wait, he lives in the airport?
no.
On an island by himself. Except for the dog. The dog's name is...
He lives in...
What's the dog's name?
Hooch.
Oh, I was thinking it
He
was...
lives on the California coast somewhere near San Francisco. But,
on the coast near San Francisco. Wouldn't that be San Francisco?
no, you could be north or south of San Francisco and still be on the coast.
All these other cities on the coast.
Okay, so the entire coast of California doesn't have a single
Well-
city on it except for San Francisco.
No, obviously you get far enough away, but you said close to San Francisco.
Okay. Well, that's a relative term.
That's true. Like, LA's closer to San Francisco than the moon is.
Sure. Anyways, yeah, the kids were like, wow, he sounds just like Woody from Toy Story. I'm like, it is Woody.
There's a dog in my apartment.
There's a dog in my boot. Wait.
My bed.
It's pretty funny. Lots of humor. Kids loved it. That's all I've got.
I've got a little bit.
We've got an hour left in this segment. So take her away.
So I watched A New Hope.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys
A
have
new
seen
one,
that
huh?
before. You
Have
guys seen that?
one before?
I like
Star Wars Episode 4.
I like the old one.
So, you know how at the beginning when C-3PO gets picked up by the Jawas, because he yells over here, whatever. You notice that, so he and R2-D2 are walking opposite directions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And when he sees the sandcrawler from the Jawas, it's going perpendicular to his path.
Yes.
And all of a sudden they come around and get R2-D2. C-3PO ratted out his friend. You think I'm great? You should see the R2 unit instead of going the other direction.
Maybe they followed his tracks back. Got it.
No, because it wasn't that much further after that they found R2-D2, I would think.
Could have been.
Anyway, I thought that was funny.
I liked when they were combing the desert. Oh wait, that was
Oh.
a different movie.
There's a part where they have R2-D2 and C-3PO are in that closet, you know, when they're
On
first
the
getting
Death Star.
found. Yeah, on the Death Star.
Yeah.
And our C-3PO comes with this great story explaining why they're in there. You know R2-D2 told him that. Hey, say this.
Well, it's funny because he said exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
He's like, they're on the detention level. It's like, oh, thanks. You could have told them they were somewhere else.
I think they already knew they were there.
Yeah, that's true.
But did he know that?
Oh, I
Or is
love
he
that.
ratting out his other friends? See, he rats out his friends.
We're all okay here. We're fine. How are you? I love that part.
And then my son was also curious why Chewbacca didn't get a medal at the end.
Oh yeah, because he's just the wingman.
I thought maybe because the chain would get caught in his fur.
He was wearing one already.
Yeah,
You
he had
couldn't
his band.
see it because it was under the fur.
She wanted to thank him later in private.
Oh my. Well, she was promised hookup with the Wookiee kiss in
That's true.
episode 5.
I could arrange that. Okay. What's next? Oh, I've started watching Supernatural season 11. I'm 4 episodes in.
11 of what? 20?
There's 12 episodes or seasons.
Oh, okay. So far.
Well, 11 is the latest to go on Netflix, and then you have to start watching them live. They're in season 12 right now.
Weird.
So I just wait for the Netflix ones to come out.
You go to the theater to watch them live?
Yep.
What?
Live on Broadway.
No. Then I watched a really horrible,
Well, season 12.
one of those really horrible documentaries about aliens and stuff called Top 10 Secrets and Mysteries. It's not worth seeing.
They're neither secrets nor mysteries.
No.
And it's more like the bottom 10.
And there was only 9 of them.
It was really annoying because at certain parts is like, if they show something, it's like it could be aliens or something else, and they didn't.
That was it?
Yeah, but they didn't expand anything beyond that. It's like, this is the stupidest
Oh
thing
my
I've ever seen.
gosh.
Anyways, that's on Netflix if you don't want to watch it.
Or Germans.
Right. Then I watched a Nova documentary on Netflix called Super Tunnel.
Super.
So they're building a new tunnel that goes through London
Oh.
from Heathrow over to the far side of London, which now takes an hour to get across, but it could take as low as 30 minutes with the
I prefer
tunnel.
Heath Columns.
So at one point they had to squeeze their tunnel with a drilling machine over the top of an existing tunnel that wasn't shut down, had people in it, like 33 inches between,
Whoa.
and underneath the foundation for something else above it. And they threaded the needle.
Nice. Well
It's pretty
done.
good.
I heard they're tunneling in Los Angeles.
They actually said in the show, which I don't think is accurate, that there's thousands of engineers working on this. And later it said
Thousands?
engineers and workers.
Oh.
So I think they were trying to put all the people into engineers, because who would want to be an engineer?
Yeah, being an engineer's cool.
Yes.
If being an engineer's cool, I'm Miles Davis.
I watched an interesting episode of the Joe Rogan podcast with Mick West, who's the guy that runs a skeptic website that debunks things, especially Flat Earth Society stuff.
Oh, that sounds hard.
He does things like take levels onto planes so he can disprove things. But anyway, he's a guy that made a good amount of money from video games. He was a video game developer.
Oh.
Made enough money that he could retire, so now this is kind of what he just does for his hobby.
Huh, I should have done that. I'd
Yeah.
like to retire.
I'm trying to think of what game it was he said he was involved in. I think it was a big one. I can't remember what it was though. Oh, you could look on the internets.
It was E.T.
It was, it was E.T. on the Atari. No.
Now with extraterrestrial.
Way more terrestrial than previous.
You watch, there's just like one person and then an extraterrestrial shows up, another person. Then I watched on YouTube, I watched a video by Thomas Sowell, who is a economist, very intelligent dude, and he had a video on a brief history of the Irish, where he explained that the Irish are probably the bottom of or historically, as far as successful peoples, are one of the least successful peoples on the planet ever.
Weird.
Yeah.
So I've got a list of games that his company Neversoft put out.
Tony Hawk, that's what
Tony
it was.
Hawk's and Guitar Hero.
I think it was based off of Tony Hawk that he made all his money, which is a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I used to play it.
So that's good. Check out anything Thomas Sowell does. It's really good. He does a lot of really great history stuff.
Thomas speeding?
No, probably not.
Okay.
And then I watched another YouTube. I watched an entire movie on YouTube called The Great Global Warming Swindle, which no matter what side you fall on that, watch it because it's got some good information. There's a guy on there that was actually wagering on weather. He was a weatherman. He got so good at it that he found places where he could bet on the weather. And he was basing it off of solar activity. Because he was saying that when the sun is active and has a lot of sunspots and flares and stuff, that actually blocks cosmic rays from hitting the Earth. And when cosmic rays hit water vapor, which most of our atmosphere is, it creates clouds. It helps create clouds. And so when the sun's active, there's fewer clouds. which is why the Earth heats up more with the sun that way.
We need
That's one
to make
reason.
the sun lazier.
Yes. Well, like the ice ages in when was that? There's many ice age.
This 1800s.
Anyways,
The little ice age.
there was documentation of the sun not being very active.
Well, yeah. My son isn't very active either. He likes video games too well.
So check that out. It's called The Great Global Warming Swindle. I think it's British.
Sounds like it.
Then I've been reading and commenting on a book called Our Home Earth, The Thorn Inside. It really sucks because, not the book.
What? The book sucks?
Every time I open it, I have to start from the beginning and scroll down to where I was.
Oh.
So on my computer,
I
actually,
was going to say, I would have thought you would have talked to me about it sucking before you announced
No.
to the world that
it's actually really good. But I've been so from where I was, I put a comment that said bookmark so I can find it again.
I haven't seen the comments.
Can you just do a Control F?
My Gmail.
Search for bookmark.
Maybe. But when I get in bed and I'm reading it on my phone, I have a hard time commenting, and I have to scroll quite a ways now to get to where I am. It's really good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like
I'm
it.
enjoying it so far.
Written by Mr. Pold.
See, that's not so bad. A lot of the stuff had really long titles.
Yeah, that's true.
And I went through it pretty quickly.
Alright, our next segment is Nerd Cred. Mr. Pold's looking at the ceiling. It's up there. I wrote it on the ceiling earlier.
That's the mechanism you do when you're trying to remember is looking up in your brain.
Is that because there's less visual stimuli?
It's a psychological thing. That's how you can tell someone's trying to.
Or are you trying to like look at your brain?
I think you're trying to look at your brain.
Your eyes are dumb.
I flew to San Diego on Monday, and I wore
Now
my
are your arms tired?
when in doubt, thumbs up shirt to
Okay.
the airport. So that was cool. No one commented on it.
Oh.
But today, when I was at work, I'm wearing my I am the droid you're looking for shirt.
Oh.
And I did. Some stranger at work commented saying, I like your shirt.
You tell him where you can buy one?
And then he had to explain it to the gal standing next to him what the shirt meant.
Oh, I just had a brilliant idea.
What's
should design our shirts so they have little tear-off tabs. So someone buys your shirt, you can tear it off, and it's a web link.
URL. Just go here.
Pretty soon you got a midriff.
That's right.
If you want to destroy my sweater.
Yeah.
So I have this certain type of writing pen style that I like.
Ink?
It's a Zebra.
Oh, a zebra?
F301. And the one I have at work has been getting low on ink, so I was at the store and I went and bought a new one. Or it was a 2-pack. Got it to work. I click it out and the end of it is super fat. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, 1.6 millimeter? Holy cow.
1.6?
My other one is 0.7, so it's like less than half.
That's like a crayon.
I know, I can't even use it. It's worthless.
Can't you just buy a replacement cartridge?
I could, but they didn't have any at the store I was at. And it was only like $4 for 2 pens.
I'd like to make fun of you, but I have a favorite mechanical pencil, the Pentel.
Can you use the cartridge out of the fat pen for the small pen?
No, because that's what has the tip on it. I've been thinking about trying to see if I can swap the tips. Like pull it out with pliers and stick it in the other one.
Just like cut it and like pour the ink.
That's what I was thinking.
I actually thought of doing that too, but
first you have to capture a squid.
That sounds hard.
We looked on the internet. I bet Amazon has these pens.
I know I can buy them. I'm just upset that I bought 2 pens. And
you're supposed to look at this. Was it the same number and everything?
Yeah, it just was a different size ball.
Oh. Yeah, because I have Pentels and people make fun of my 0.9 I have. I also have a 0.3. It's pretty good.
I don't use a pencil that often.
I've actually found a Pentel package that had the normal size I like, but then it had a special edition gold colored one.
Ooh,
So I have that one I use at work.
it's fancy.
Yes. I actually went and bought one time because I was trying to do my homework and I couldn't do it without my pencil. And the kids had bent the nib.
Oh
So the
no.
letter would just skip far enough out that it'd break off every time.
Yeah,
I tried to fix it, but you can't unbend a nib.
yeah. Just like Grandma used to
That's
say.
the greatest advice I can ever give to anybody. You can't unbend a nib.
Do you have any nerd cred besides that?
Well, my AutoCAD was broken.
So what did you do all week?
I work. I don't know. It was really annoying. Actually, okay, here's some nerd cred for you.
I had to actually do work.
I had to draw a weld joint
Okay.
to a certain thickness of metal. Usually I just sketch this up in CAD real quick because I was trying to see how far away from the heat affected zone the material we were welding on was.
Uh-huh.
So I had to do it by hand.
No.
So I got my scale out and practiced some of my manual drafting skills, and I was like, does anyone have a compass? No, I asked for a protractor first. No one had one of those, so I got a compass.
Oh, I have one.
But I have this roller ruler thing, and it has angles on it, but there's no way to mark. It's for measuring angles, not drawing angles.
Oh.
So I actually used that lined up just right, and then used the compass to mark the distance, and then take it away and put it in the same spot, and then strike an arc, and then measure from another one the same. So I get two arcs
Right.
intersecting to get the intersection point.
Yeah.
And I did that several times, and also used my scale to measure certain distances. Came out pretty well.
Good.
It took way longer than CAD would have done. Let's see what else did I do that was nerdy. Lots of stuff, I'm sure.
Everything you do is nerdy.
I try. I don't know if it's nerdy when you think you buy a pair of car parts and you only end up with one. And you don't notice you already have the tire off.
Did you order the other one?
Payday. So hopefully they still have some.
At least it's easy to change.
It was really easy to change. It's just a matter of having it.
Yeah.
I got new rotors for my car, or a new rotor for my car.
Oh, so last week I was having car problems.
Oh yeah.
So I stayed home from work the next day, took the alternator off, took it apart, and it was obviously bad.
But it tested good. So
Right.
it's like if you have a
Well, it was the brushes and the slip rings.
like if you have a friend that is obviously not very smart, but he does really well in a test.
Yes. Well, when it's the brushes are spring loaded, so there's a chance it can make intermittent contact, especially if you've like jostled it around and put it in a backpack and ridden it somewhere on a motorcycle. It might work.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't ask you if you did that when you got to the store?
No.
No.
So that's why I was like, okay, I got to take this thing apart. And if I had been in our hometown, I could have just replaced the bad parts in it, and it would have been really cheap. But it had to be fixed that day, so I just had to buy a whole new alternator. And the brand new one was only like $7 more than the remanufactured one. So I'm like, yeah, let's get a new one. So we're good to go. It hasn't had any problems since then.
Excellent.
Our final segment is feedback. We got a bunch of feedback on YouTube from LFG. Where did that go? Oh, it's supposed to be this one.
No.
He was commenting when we were talking about dates that could be nerdy holidays. I don't know what that one means.
Which one?
Oh, he said August 29th and April 19th are nerd days because Skynet became self-aware the first time in August of 97 and the second time in April of 2011.
Interesting.
And he says, so now I imagine Holy Mole as a picture of Avogadro with a halo. And this becomes disturbing once you Google
Have
an
you seen
image
this
of
dude?
Avogadro. No, I'll have to look him up.
It's not a very good picture. And they use it's like they took the worst picture they could find of the dude and they used that.
What the?
Yeah, I
He
know.
looks like a mole. Weird. Then he says, Avogadro's Day, hold the guacamole. Celebrating DVD's attention span.
Oh,
October 9th could be micro day because micro is 10 to the minus 9. Or it could be giga day, I guess. Oh, he told us what Avogadro's number was. Oh, December 12th could be gross day because that's 12 squared. 144 is a gross. I thought that was pretty clever. And June 22nd is the number 6.022. So, we also got Brian from the Happy Cast tweeted me a scene from Better Call Saul where they mentioned my name. So
that was pretty funny.
You can find that on our Twitter. So thanks, Brian.
That means we'd have to go to Twitter.
Yeah.
Theoretically. Or you could just watch that episode.
Oh,
Which
okay.
episode is it? Last night's episode.
It was May 15th, presumably.
Hmm.
If you want to contact the Enginerdy Show, send an email to enginerdy@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Enginerdy Show on there. You can comment on and leave reviews on iTunes and Stitcher. And one of these days, the website will be back up, and you can comment on there also. You can watch the show on YouTube now, and go to Teespring to get your Enginerdy Show T-shirts.
To get off my duff and make more T-shirts.
Yeah, if you send me the images, I can put them on. Oh, well, our website's down. But you can put them on Teespring,
But I
but
could buy them.
well, they could find them if they search Engineering Show on there. Anyways,
Pretty soon my entire wardrobe will just be Enginerdy Show shirts. So
Sounds like
yeah,
a good
I
idea
need
to
to-
me.
too bad they only have T-shirts because I don't wear T-shirts that often.
You want a giant onesie?
No, like a button-up shirt or a polo. Yeah,
For
you
your
design,
pajamas?
like button-up shirts with our name on it.
That's a good idea.
yeah. I guess I could just have a shirt made. I actually know somebody that can embroider. She has a machine. You can just put the whatever you want on the shirt, and she can do it. I should look into that. I could have 3 made up.
Well, I want a tie.
Or we could have like those mechanic shirts where it says like your name on one
Oh,
side
that'd be
and
cool.
the Enginerdy Show on the other.
I like that.
I like that. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for listening this week. Stay nerdy.
Live long and nerdy.
You have been and always shall be my friends. What are you doing?
He's Vulcan neck pinching us.
Look out! There's alien hand attacking your camera.